Hello friends, today we will talk about the top 20 movies of 2023 in which you will find action, thriller, crime, mystery and adventure fantasy movies with unique concept and great suspense from the story of these movies to direction plus action thrill, also crime, mystery, adventure and fantasy you get to watch, and these movies will keep you completely hooked, so don't miss these movies and watch the video until the end. Friends, move on to the movies of your list. Before that friends, there is a small request: make it mandatory to subscribe to the channel and share the video. So friends, let's move on to the first movie on our list. The name of this movie is Project Power. After watching the movies of Marvel, DC, brother, today we are all getting bored. In this movie we get to see a unique and good concept, all the superhuman powers. Talk about the story of the movie. In this movie happens around the world, brother, is a tablet. If you eat it you can get superpower for 5 minutes. This pill has started being smuggled. By eating this pill now, brothers, criminals have started committing next level crime. If there is a policeman, it should be found out. How did this pill start? How can this pill be stopped being circulate in the market? Is he able to stop the pill or not? What does he know or not know about the pill? You have to watch the movie to know all this. I am telling you seriously enough, it's an interesting concept that definitely deserves your time. It's very good. Supernatural powers will be seen. I will definitely recommend this movie to watch once it is available on Netflix and is available in Hindi and English. So guys, move on to the second movie on your list. The name of this movie is The Killer. Talk about the story of this movie. This movie is trending a lot on Netflix. Talk about the story, a professional killer. In it, the killer guy has been showing that very smoothly for many years to many people. If he is killed, then a mission is assigned to this person. He wants to complete this mission, but there is a mess due to which he has to kill someone else, dies in his place. Now the one who hired him, he is now after her and her family's life. So when the killer finds out about this, then what happens next in the story we are shown during this movie? Whatever happens after 30 minutes in the movie, you will keep imagining what will happen next, what is going to happen. And if you get to see good action in the movie, watch this movie. I will highly recommend this movie. You can watch on Netflix in Hindi, English. So guys, move on to the third movie on your list. The name of this movie is Overlord. Talk about the story of this movie. You will get a great horror experience in this movie. You will get a great action and you will get a great thrill experience. Everything is in this movie. There will be some American military in this movie, or those who are sent on a mission to end one of their radio stations, but when they reached there they saw that the brothers were conducting some strange experiments on humans and that humans had turned into strange types of creatures. And now these soldiers, they have gone, now their own lives are in danger, and now what happens to the soldiers and what these soldiers do to these people? You will get the answer in this movie and you will get to watch it in both Hindi and English on Prime Video. Definitely recommend viewing. So guys, move on to the number 4th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Gran Turismo. Talk about the story of this movie. Imagine while racing in a video game you get an opportunity during which you can race with a professional on a real racetrack. Then you will be happy or nervous, because how will you be able to compete with a professional sitting at home? And playing video games becomes a different thing. Then you get to see the same concept in the movie of 2023, brother. This movie is based on a real story which is unbelievable. This happens with a boy named Yan. In this movie, that guy wanted to be a racer since his childhood. Then he gets this opportunity, then he says yes to the opportunity. What happens to him everyone knows. For that you will have to watch the movie. I really like the movie, brother. It was very beautiful, made with many details from each motion to each character development. I felt very wonderful in this movie. I would definitely recommend watching this movie. So friends, let's go to the number 5th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Boss Level. And talk about the story of this movie. There is a person in it who used to be a special agent. One day some people try to kill him and they succeed in killing him, but this person does not die. He is trapped inside the time loop on the same day. The day of the murder repeats again and again, and he is trying to find out who has done his murder and why, and while finding out and what the reason they killed them, you will see full brutal action in this movie, bro. It is a great action movie, and like the name of this movie, Boss Level, well, it has action, thrill, mystery, crime in it. So watch this movie. I will definitely recommend this movie. So friends, let's move on to the number 6th movie. The name of this movie is Reptile, and this movie is from 2023. Let's talk about the story of this movie. There is a murder case which is met by a man named Tom, who is a police officer, got a case. Then when this man named Tom starts to investigate the case, the way things getting complex is amazing to see. The fun within the movie becomes more meaningful as the movie progresses. It is confusing to see what will happen in the end, so I will definitely recommend recommend to watch it once and you will get a lot of fun and thrill experience in this movie, so you will go and can watch this movie on Netflix. Let's move on to the number 7th movie of our list. The name of this movie is The Covenant. Talk about the story of this movie. In this movie we are shown Afghanistan, where the war is going on, and there are some American soldiers who live there are trying to catch terrorists by tracking them and so on. During the mission they are attacked, due to which their entire team is killed and only 2 soldiers are alive and caught by terrorists. How will they save his life? You have to watch a movie to know whether people survive or not, brother. Seriously, the movie is very good. You will get to experience action and thrill, brother. You will get to experience the next level. You will be running in your mind all the time that it is going to happen with a soldier, so it is highly recommend to watch this movie once. So friends, move on to the number 8th movie on your list. The name of this movie is The Pale Blue Eye, and this movie came in 2022. Talk about the story of this movie. A U.S. military office is hired to conduct an investigation. It happens where a lot of officers are being killed one by one, so the person named Blender has to find out who is doing the murder. How is this happening? And this is all we are made to experience during this movie, the two with a very good horror element. What I personally liked about this movie is the cinematography of the movie. It is very amazing, very dark, it is very eye-pleasing to me, and the mystery of this movie is different. I will definitely recommend you to watch this movie once. You will also get to watch this movie on Netflix in Hindi English. So friends, move on to the number 9th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Day Shift, and this movie came in 2022. Talk about the story of this movie. This movie is based on vampire, in which you can also watch good action and comedy. In this movie there is a character named Bud who is his daughter, so he is dreaming of a good life, and you should also be sensible that he has to give a good life to his daughter, so he needs a lot of money, so this guy kills vampires to earn money. And regularly in this movie there is a police force like brother which has many different agents because the job of killing vampires. But what if the strength of each vampire was different? What happened when a vampire comes in front of Bud who is more powerful than the normal vampires? So what happens to Bud? Will he be able to kill these vampires or not? You will have to watch this movie on Netflix in both Hindi and English. So guys, move on to the number 10th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Plastic. Talk about the story of this movie. It is a crime-based action movie that you must watch once and consider what happens in this movie. 2 boys, there are those who are running a credit card cheated company, but in their lives a scandal spreads when $2 million are stolen from the wrong person, because that person catches these people and then forces them to return $2 million. Brother, from where do these people return? Because these people have already spent. So what happens to these people now? These people can pay back $2 million or not, and if not $2 million, if they cannot return, what will they do with these people? The answer to all of them will be found by watching this movie. The movie must be tried once, brother. The movie is a good entertaining movie that will keep you hooked all the time. So guys, move on to the number 11th movie on your list. The name of this movie is The Adam Project, and this movie came in 2022. This movie is an action-adventure movie with a little bit of comedy. Talk about the story of this movie. A 12-year-old child is shown whose father has recently died, just trying to come out of grief, but then he meets such a person who has traveled back in time but did not come to meet this child. It will be landed within 2022. And friends, the interesting thing here is that the man, he comes from the future. He is the child himself. His future form now has a mission with the older Adam which he has to complete. Now in the mission the younger Adam helps him. How is the mission completed? After watching this movie, brother, I will definitely recommend this movie to you, and you will be available to watch on Netflix in Hindi English. So friends, move on to the number 12th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Two Guns. Talk about the story of this movie. In this movie 2 criminals have been shown who have been doing crime together for a long time, but the interesting thing is that both of them are not actually criminals. One man is a DEA officer, means drug department, and one person is Navy officer, but these two do not know about each other that the person with whom they are doing crime together is not actually a criminal, and both of them are trying to catch the big drug cartel by being undercover. Both of them can catch this drug cartel or they can't catch them, or both of them know about each other or not. You will get the answer in this movie. The movie is a great movie. It is recommended to watch it, and you will get to watch this movie on Netflix in Hindi English. So guys, move on to the number 13th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Jack Reacher. Talk about the story of this movie. Now this movie starts with a sniper who shoots 5 people in front of many people, gives but they say that I did not do it, falsely accused me. If he has been, he demands a servant that Jack Reacher should be called to investigate my case. Now Jack Reacher, who happens to be a pro-level investigating officer, investigates a case that not everyone is able to do, and now Jack Reacher is the case of This sniper takes it into his own hands and tries to investigate if this guy didn't kill those 5 people, then who killed these 5 people. Then you will get to experience all this in the movie. There are Tom Cruise movies, you will definitely get to see this movie with great action, thrill, crime, mystery plus suspense. There are multiple parts of this movie that came out in 2012. Watch one, you will install the second one yourself, and you will also get to watch this movie in Hindi English on Prime Video. So friends, move on to the number 14th movie on your list. The name of this movie is The Losers. Talk about the story of this movie. There are some CIA officers in this movie who are sent on a mission but try to return from this mission. They find out that they are sent to die on this mission. Their superiors have arranged for them to be killed there, but these people don't die, but they show their superiors that these people are dead. So what do these people do now? Why did the superiors want to kill them? They start to find out all of them, and they want to take their revenge from the superiors. Authority, try or don't? The answer to all these will be found in this movie. In this movie you will get to experience great action, crime, thrill, mystery, suspense, and this movie will be available to watch in both Hindi and English on Prime Video, so it is definitely recommended to watch the movie. So friends, move on to the number 15th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Love and Monsters. Talk about the story of this movie. In this movie the environment is not like living on top of the world. All the people are living underground below the earth level, and they are doing it because the earth, all the creatures on the earth, all the animals that used to be small have become very large, due to which it is not safe for them to stay on the earth. But behind them is a boy who has to meet his girlfriend who lives in another city, for which he will have to travel outside the underground world to reach this girl. How is the trip? What kind of monsters and creatures, animals have to feed him? By watching the movie, brother, you will get to see great action and full adventure. You will get to watch this movie on Netflix. So guys, let's move on to the number 16th movie on our list. The name of this movie is Inola Holmes, and this movie came in 2020. There are multiple parts of this movie, but for this video we are going to talk about the first part. Now the story of this movie we revolve around a girl named Inola who is now Sherlock Holmes' sister. Sherlock does not live in the city. His sister lives alone with her mother, but something strange happens with her mother, due to which she suddenly goes missing. So now Inola doesn't know where she went, so in search of her she goes out in search of her mother. So now she finds her mother, or she doesn't find her. Then how does she find her? What happens after that to Inola? You will have to watch the movie to know what happens with it. You have a good action adventure in this movie, you will get to experience it, but comedy has also been added in it in a very good way, so it makes this movie much more entertaining to watch. So definitely friends, you must check out this movie on Netflix. In Hindi and English will get. So friends, move on to the number 17th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Hacksaw Ridge. I don't believe that this story is based on a real story. Now talk about the story of this movie. In this movie there is a guy who was sent to fight in World War II, but now he is very religious, due to which he decides that no matter what happens he will not shoot at anyone during the World War. Now brother, think for yourself. You are in the middle of a world war. You have decided that no matter what happens I will not shoot at anyone. So in the story of this guy, how does he survive? What happens to him during the World War? He will shoot people or not? We must watch it once and you will get to watch. I will highly recommended this movie in Hindi English. So friends, move on to the number 18th movie on your list. The name of this movie is Dracula Untold. Talk about the story of this movie. In it you will also get to see action, adventure, fantasy of supernatural level. In this movie there is a man named Vlad. It happens that his empire is also threatened by Turkish people, and he doesn't have many weapons and he doesn't have many men to fight with them. So this guy makes a deal with Dracula in return and becomes Dracula himself. Can he save his empire in this way or not, or what happens to him? Friends, the answer to all these will be found in this movie. This movie came out in 2014. I recommend you to watch it once. You can watch this movie on Prime Video. So friends, move on to the second last number 19th movie on your list. The name of this movie is The Grey. Talk about the story of this movie. In this movie there is a plane. People travel in the plane and something happens. That plane crashes. Now none of the passengers survive. Only 6 people survive, and trying to survive in the snow is already so much more difficult to survive in the Alaskan snow. But then they are followed by wolves who are after them to eat. And brothers, wolves are not like that. They are very bloodthirsty and cunning wolves. How do the 6 people who have survived now face this snow while protecting themselves from wolves? Watch this movie and know that the adventure of amazing brother makes you experience awesome survival skills. So it is definitely recommended to watch this movie, and you will also get to watch this movie in Hindi English. So guys, move on to the last number number 20 movie of your list. The name of this movie is Truth or Dare, and this movie came in 2018. Talk about the story of this movie. In this movie there are some friends who start playing the game of Truth and Dare, but suddenly the game becomes a lot more dangerous when one of them or something starts killing that person, which either forbids to dare or tells lies even after choosing the truth. This movie will make you full scared. Seriously brother, this kind of horror you get to watch means brother full brutal type. The horror element of it was quite strong for me in this movie. After watching it once I will definitely recommend it. So friends, all of these movies, which have you seen, and if you haven't seen any of them, which will you want to see? Then tell us in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like share the video. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.